And welcome all ye who enter here. This Slade Deep Six product. It's it's great you guys could be here, or you person. And it is at this trading post that I am trying to formulate my thoughts as I seek to create more fusion igniters to try and reach the cap by July 24th. And I am getting a message saying that the internet is currently not good enough to stream, basically, which I'm going to ignore. Just kind of pull through here. So yeah, that's my goal, is to kind of show people how I meant to, pardon my language, I meant to apply some resources here from this beautiful hauler. I love the wing style on these haulers. They're awesome. Right, so I could buy, sir, from you. Not what I'm looking for. Okay, you guys have to. Hey, listen to me, please. You guys need to turn down the volume on your mics, please. Like a great deal, because you're very loud. Very, very deafening. Yeah, no, it's a little better. Maybe keep talking. It's getting a little better. You do too, Mikey, because you're really, really loud as well. I don't know. I don't know if I am, but am I too loud? Okay, I think Cole's is better. Talk. Yeah, Cole's is a little better. Mikey's is pretty loud still. Yeah, that's a lot better. Beautiful. Just don't talk when you go to talk. Don't like yell because that's really difficult to deal with. I start getting frustrated when people do that. Is it to a monolith? Oh, for the faction. Okay. For the quest or the mission rather. Okay. So very, very cool. So we are streaming, guys. I think I'm pretty sure we are live. So let's try not to say the F word too many times, right? Uncle Slade. That just sounds weird. All right. Just Slade. Just Slade will work. We, well, you have to solve the riddle, remember? And then it will give you the Viking dagger. Well, you have to solve the riddle, understand? Remember? And then it will give you the Viking dagger. Hello? Did you hear me, Mikey? Okay. Oh, it didn't give you an option to to choose something? No? Okay, so is this the first screen that you're looking at? You, oh, that sucks. But it's not that big a deal. Um, the other thing is if you knew where a Viking dagger was or had one on you, you could just give it to him and activate it. But such is not the case. And if we could trade things right now, I could just hand you one because I have a stack of them. But that doesn't help you right now, does it? The update, I'm sure they're gonna institute some sort of sharing, tradable commodities. I'm really not able to stream. It doesn't look like. Oh, I'm blue screened. That's why. Duh. So hopefully the broadcast will come back. There we go. My bad. Guys, I was sitting there on the chat stream. Yeah. Ooh, you're still loud. Cole, can you turn down your mic again, please?
Cole, it's your settings, not your how far away it is from your mouth. Close, say I.
That's not bad. If you can keep it right there, that'd be great.
I turned down his volume on his mic.
Okay. That is better. That is a lot better. Mikey, you're still pretty loud too, though.
Oh, okay.
We're like still really way too loud. Because you got a nice deep voice, you don't have to make it very loud. It's easy to hear. Oh, that's a little better, yeah. Beautiful. Beautiful.
Basically on the lowest.
Oh,
right,
that's perfect though. That's like honestly, that's beautiful.
on the scale it says it's too low, but I'm gonna keep it right here.
Well, if someone else joins the chat, and then maybe they won't be able to hear you, but it might be because we're so close that it's so loud.
Yeah.
And then, then if you wanted to bump it up, that'd be cool, but like right now I hear you perfect. Absolutely perfect. And it doesn't jar my ears like it was. Alright, so I'm talking to this Joker Korvax guy because I want him to teach me a word before I jump in my fusion igniter factory of a hauler and head up to my freighter to craft some more fusion igniters. And try to get to, as I mentioned earlier, to make the unit cap before the next update. I want to have 4.3 billion, and currently I'm at almost 2.8 billion. So I've got a full 1.5 billion to go or so. I feel quite confident I'm able to do that. If I was dedicated at farming, it wouldn't take me very long at all, but I'm pretty lazy.
Turn off the mic if you're gonna talk to me, because
It's fine. Calling in my freighter.
that is not true at all.
What happened, dude?
It gave me an option to insert stuff, and I inserted 10 iron, and now nothing happened again. Cole, I'm right next to you.
You should turn down your TV sets a little bit. So, I'm on my freighter. My freighter, laddies. Don't you know? And I'm about to make some big money with the fusion igniters. I do need a bit. Well, I need a whole bunch more copper. And dang if I did not forget to bring some unstable gel.
Oh my gosh, I just took fall damage, and I felt it in real life. Like when I'm playing Fortnite, in any game, when I'm like falling, I feel like my gut, it just starts hurting.
Really?
Yeah.
Does it hurt or does it just feel weird?
It just feels weird.
Yeah, I know that feeling. It's a weird sensation. Alright, I got to... It's nice to be back in my Explorer after driving a hauler around. Oh man. It's so much faster and maneuverable. Anyways, I've got to get back to my base because I gotta get the stuff I need for liquid explosives, which is on my base, which is the cactus flesh stuff. You know what I mean? That's what you gotta make unstable gel out of, which I think is worth 80,000. So if you only farmed, like, if you only farmed cactus, I'm glad that it didn't. If you only farmed cactus flesh and made your base like on a planet that it grew naturally at, Mikey,
Yeah.
you could just grow that one crop, and each time you harvested it, you could get 80,000.
Really?
So, yeah, I haven't tried it yet myself, but if I was just starting out on a save, I would definitely do that. Just to try, because I know, because you can put very, very many plants down on your base that if it grows natural, like I do that with star bulbs. If you did it on one that grew cactus flesh, you could put a bunch down on your base, and like each one, I'm pretty sure it's still 80,000 for an unstable gel. I can check out because I gotta make some right now. I'm gonna harvest some because I have them in my biodome. And I'll check and see how much, if they're still worth 80 grand a piece.
I have to increase my standing.
Have to?
Yeah, that's my thing. My quest.
Okay, so that's, if you look on your, faction, in your options button, if you look on, Journey, no, not Journey. Yeah, Journey. And the categories where your faction is. When you click on them, it'll show the little, like, 10, if you click on Merchant's Guild, Mercenaries Guild, Explorers Guild, all that crap. Got four notches on it. I don't know if you know what the heck I'm talking about or not, but
I don't.
so in the options button, if you hit your options and you go to Journey,
Yeah.
okay. Now, you see where it says categories, Journey milestones. Then you got life forms. Okay, so click on the GAC under life forms. All right, you see the standing, missions completed, all words and systems visited, and all that. So where it says standing, that's where you have to raise, and then you got the little thing underneath with the notches. You know what I'm talking about? And then one of them on the bar down below should be lit up to show how far along you are.
Yeah.
Do you really know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's what they're talking about. You're going to move that up 4 bars. I believe that's what that means. Does that help answer your question? Bada boom, bada bing. Where the heck did my base go? Where did that? That moment when you enter the planet atmosphere, way farther away from your base than you thought you were. Because my base is actually on the other side of the planet.
Oh, your mic's not on.
made it to me base. And it is shaped like a skull and crossbones for pirates. I tricked it. No, I gotta stay on point. I'm so easily distracted. And my mission is to get this silly little cactuses harvested and make unstable gel, take it to my freighter, make liquid explosives, add it to the accelerant, fusion accelerant, and craft the fusion igniter that I keep bragging about. But while I'm down here, I grab the fungal mold that I need to make the acid with. That is the other component, along with unstable gel to craft liquid explosives. I'm very awkward at harvesting. Bear with me. Okay.
Slade.
Yo.
What do I do here?
What are you doing, lad? What are you trying to do?
Alright, so my mission, it says talk to some guy. Hold on, wait a second. My portal's working? Huh.
Are you about to go through? Don't go through a portal before you let me come see what's going on.
No, I gotta increase my standing with life forms. So I gotta go to do that now.
Yeah, start hammering that faction. Get those faction hits up.
If I learn words, does that increase it?
Oh yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of things you can do. Also, if you have if you're like, say, if you're trying to do Gek faction, if you have like Gek relics or Gek nip or any of that, then that's never a bad idea to give them that. That definitely increases faction too. But if it's for like Merchant Guild or Merchant's Guild or the Mercenaries Guild or something like that, you got to really just do the missions. It's really the best to do anyways because you get rewards. Okay, so I got, let's see, let's look at this unstable gel now. And craft some and see how much it's worth. I have a trade terminal at my disposal here. Okay, so unstable gel. You need 200 units of cactus flesh to craft. Whoops. I just almost knocked over my laptop.
I heard it drop before you.
Did you?
Before it was on the mic.
Sorry about that if that was loud. I apologize. So 200 units of cactus flesh yield one. Yeah, its total value is 80,000 units, Mikey.
Wow.
From one, and well, let's see. And you probably you have to have 200 units of it. And I think you only get 50 units when you harvest one, so you would need 4 cactus flesh to make 80,000. That's still a lot, right? No.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't hear you. Cole was saying something to me.
Oh yeah. No, I'm just saying it's only about either 4 or 5. It would take 4 or 5 cactus to get 80,000 units. So think how many plants you could plant, and like every fifth or maybe sixth one, you'd get 80,000 cash.
Hey, Slade, you might want to come see this.
What's up, comrade?
It's kind of a little scary what I just found. Or a
Uh,
lot scary.
okay, listen, is it serious? Because I don't really want to get up at the moment. I don't have to. Is it an emergency? Because I got to get this unstable gel up to my freighter and before it explodes on me.
Well, I think it may be a portal, so...
Shh. Okay. All right. I'm gonna come in there. All right, buddy.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Y'all stay tuned. At that. After these messages, by the way, NoMansSky Slade and Company, featuring the Slade Brigade of my nephews, and thanks for having a look at us. Right back. Hello, and I'm back. Sorry for...
So long ago, it's the game where you...
Atmosphere harvester. Oops, those not fully charged, and so I only have 186 units available. But I'll take it. Hopefully these ones are full. That one is. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Gotta have radon, sulfurine, and the other one, nitrogen, in order to tech, tier 2 tech, that you so desperately have to have if you want to make 18 million units a piece. I'm going to do a quick save here. Call in an airstrike with my freighter. Call my freighter in to sit there and do nothing. So, and let me drop that frost crystals off first. And then I'll just take the fungal mold and the fungal mold and cactus flesh up to the freighters. It's just going to be used for fusion igniters anyways. I lost my nephew. I'm truly talking only to myself for no good reason. Unless somebody is getting a little bit of knowledge out of this. Again, this is not really any type of tutorial. I'm just showing folks what I've kind of put together regarding farming and the tier 2 type of crafting. I'm entering my beautiful freighter. Man, I'll tell you, the longer I have this freighter, the more I like it. It's just, for me, the perfect style. Perfect colors. Gold and black. Golden yellow and black, whatever you want to call it. And it looks like a stinger, like some kind of space wasp. This is what it seems like to me. I dig it a lot. And for the amount of time I spent farming for it, or grinding for it, I'm grateful to have it. Getting back, and I don't even know if I just jumped in the right hauler or not, and fortunately I did. So this is my fusion igniter ship. And see if I can create some acid, yes. And I got 2 out of the deal, so it gives me 4 of those. Which is beautiful if I can get 4 unstable gels out of my fungal mold, or out of my cactus flesh. And now I've got way more. It's beautiful. I got 10 unstable gel. And that will give me, since I only have 4 acid, it will give me 4 freighter fuel. Liquid explosives. So I'll add to this fusion accelerant to get freighter fuel. So 4 freighter fuel combined with 4 geodezites and 4 quantum processors, which I only have 3. Okay, I need to put 1 more of those quantum processors together so I can get 4 fusion igniters. As I have 4 of everything else except for the quantum processors, so I'll find that recipe real quick. And I pass it up. And there it is. And I need, really, a circuit board. This means another trip back down to my base. Unless I can pull it up from my base. Since it's right below me, I might be able to pull it into my inventory. Let's see. It looks like I can. Never actually tried this. I need... Nope, it's not going to let me draw it out of my storage containers below on my base. But I would dearly like to grab some of those circuit boards that are sitting right there, as you can see. Right there. Base out of range, it says. I guess just do 3. That's a little disappointing, but for the purposes of this stream, we'll craft these 3 igniters for your benefit. As you can see here, total value 54 million units, just in just a few moments of investment time. And granted, I did gather some of these materials earlier, but they're really just leftovers from the last harvest. So I just bring in a little more each time. And it really only takes a few to make several millions. So anyway, I'll just transfer these over to my exosuit. I'll leave all this here for the next go around. Jump back in my Explorer. And by the way, this is my exotic. One of the things I'm hoping we get for next is maybe some floodlights or something you can add to this bay, because it's so freaking dark, and it really doesn't help this whole screenshot thing. Because and I love this exotic, and I would love to dearly show it off, but I hardly ever drive it, so I don't have any shots of it. Many shots of it in flight, all lit up. But whatever, it is what it is. This is my baby. This ship right here has served me so well for so long. Quite awesome, really. Hey, wow. Hey, Daniel, what's up, brother? Thanks for stopping by, man. I'm trying to improve on my streaming. I really suck. You know, I get called away and do stuff, and then I just leave this thing going for sometimes hours, and it's pretty lame. I gotta stop doing that. If I'm a better host, maybe I can get, you know, more than just myself watching these silly things. Wow. Okay, so I don't know what I just did to my. I'm looking on the YouTube feed, and it's got connection speeds and all this weird stuff going on. And I did not purposely call up, but I guess I'm just going to let it go as long as the chat's working and I'm not ignoring anyone. I guess I'm fine. I don't really need to see myself on the YouTube. I just use it for, you know, making sure I'm not missing anything. But yeah, Daniel Hipley is in the house, and I do appreciate it, man. Helps to keep me on my toes. Yeah, I got all my calves from my own farms, I'm proud to say. But it's, you know, I've been working on it a long time too. I've been building circuit boards for centuries, it feels like, since not long after launch. But honestly, I haven't, like, I'm not one of those hardcore farmers that spend, you know, just do harvest after harvest. I just do like one or two harvests here and there. And that's all I did with my circuit boards, and that got me millions and millions. And I was like, I looked at the tier 2 stuff initially and just went, holy crap, that seems like a lot of hard work to get all those materials. But then it really is if you're like in a hurry. But if you're just like doing it a little at a time, you just gradually work on it, you know, get more and more harvesters, you know, planted around in systems near your home base. And, you know, then it's just carbon in circuit boards and plants that you already have on your base anyway, really. And when you only need 4 or 5 of these things, at 18 million apiece. So, really, it's ridiculous. I can't see how they don't nerf the ability to generate so many millions of units for the update. I just, one of the things I'm thinking is, you know, this ability to generate this much revenue this quickly, it's got to go bye-bye. If I'm wrong, I hope I'm wrong, because a lot of people are doing a lot of hard work building these amazing farms like Sword, and you know, it would just be kind of a shame to see all that hard work just get erased. But we all realize it's a possibility, and we build these damn farms anyway, so that's the price you, or that's the chance you take, I suppose. I'm just topping off my tanks here, so I live in a wealthy system. Uh-oh. It says I'm no longer in party due to network error. Oh my gosh. Alright, well, I don't know. The YouTube says I'm still streaming, but that means very little. As far as I know. And I'm just glad Daniel Hipley stopped in, man. That's cool. And, alright, get the heck out of here. What the hell am I doing? I'm gonna put this in photo mode real quick. Give you an aerial view of my base. Is what I've done is since I have the theme of my civilization is pirates, so it's the empire of pirates and independent cartels, and it's pirate theme, and so what I've done is I've built my base. Since I can't do creative mode as far as like building stuff. I'm not an artist kind of guy. Oh, there's a ship out to land. I caught him right in, or just taking off from my base. But I built this base in the shape of a skull and crossbones, kind of, and still be functional as a farm. So I don't know. Is this stupid window showing up? I don't know if you're still there, Daniel. But I got this window popping up. Oh, I see an X now. I think I can close it out. Yep. My bad. I don't know if that was showing up for everybody else, but it's probably supposed to be helpful to me, but I couldn't make any heads or tails out of it. And I don't even know if you could see it or not. But anyways, so I don't know if you can see the skull and crossbones that I made out of the base. I'm kind of proud of it. Because it's as creative as I can be anyways, and still be actually a functional circuit board farm. So anyway, okay, so back on point. I am back here collecting the circuit boards that I'm hoping are in one of these containers. There we go. Bang. So I was able to make 3 fusion igniters, and I was just going to stop there, but I already had the circuit boards made up, so it's just a hop, skip, and a jump back to my freighter. So I'm going to pop back in there. And I've already got another crop ready for more circuit boards made, so if I wanted to, I could sell all those as well. It's just farming is so ludicrously easy in this game right now. Really, once you've got all the recipes. And you have a basic understanding of what's going on. Of course, everything is easy when you know how to do it. Isn't that how the saying goes? Everything is easy when you know how to do it. That seems pretty pithy and simple, but it really is rather true. And that's the same with generating revenue in NoMansSky before the next update. It really is. You know how to do it. Stupidly easy. So here is some of the nanites that belongs to me and my civilization. epic, the Pirates of the Delta. And I've shown this before in my previous silly little streams. Safety deposit box. That's my exotic. I've got, this is the warbird here. I love this hauler. This is the style with the wings and the whatever this is supposed to be here. Very spaceship looking for a hauler. But it also holds all of my Gek relics and Viking daggers and fascination beads and all that. And also a few more nanites. I'm holding these against the day that they're tradable. Or at least become relevant in the storyline again. Right now they're just taking up space and storage. And then my last hauler, the flying dumpster, which I keep my nanites again. Another copy of the Heart of the Sun. Marine Callium, Radox, Radnox, and Omegon. Some rare stuff. Back to my do it all ship. Oh really? I didn't get caught back in the tractor beam. Good. Phew, that was close. Something happened there. That was weird. I'm back to my base now. I got nothing to lose at all. I like watching the skull and crossbones appear. You know what I don't like is you know, I used to have a base pretty much on the other side of this planet, and it was so cool. I'm gonna go ahead and land in the right eyeball of the skull. As you look at the skull, it's the right one. Anyway, on this other base that was so far away from the portal, but it had a family of Diplos that spawned every morning, like clockwork, right across this beautiful gorge from my base. And it was, and this is kind of nice too. And I had to relocate it close to the portal so people could make use of my farm because we're generous in giving here at Epic. We're nice pirates. We're pirates, but we're nice pirates. And we like to share our treasure. But as you can see, there's no visible Diplos anywhere around. This is the closest, like that land over there is the type of terrain in which the Diplos typically spawn. But that's the only space that's visible besides there, and no Diplos spawn there. Now I can go up over the top of one of these ridges up above this base, and I will for just because I've said that I can, just to prove it. And there will be some Diplos visible, but I've got to travel a long way from the base, too far away as far as I'm concerned, to see them. So, but I'm gonna show you guys my Diplos, because for as many times as I've been in and out of my base, you can't see the cool Diplos that are native to this planet, and that is one of the main reasons I chose this planet to make my home. So I'm going to let you see these monsters because they are freaking awesome. There they are. And they're the boneheaded kind. I'm not sure what they're called. I'm not an exozoologist. So the male, I believe it's the male of the species, have a giant bird head, skull, bone plate stuck to the top of their head. I'm going to go in photo mode for a minute. And I'm getting close, and I don't want to spook them. So, and you can see a female over here, which is quite cool. I'll get the scanner on them so you can see how tall they are. But they're pretty good size, full-grown males, and really, really cool. I like the dragon-like fins on them, and the full plumage on the neck, regalia, pretty cool. And then there's this species here, which was supposedly, according to the scanner, taller, bigger. I'll scan those too, so you can see. But these guys are supposed to actually be taller than the Diplos. I don't really see how that's possible, looking at them. But that's what the scanner says, and I believe it. Okay, so yeah, I'll get the scanner. So check out this guy. Okay, he is a whopping 7.92 meters tall. So all 24 feet tall, supposedly. Well, okay, I'll scan this one too. Same thing. Well, the Diplo, also known as Pritere Urtak, is only 6.31 meters. Okay. That's only 19 meters versus almost 24 meters, where clearly the top of the Diplo's head comes much higher. So whatever. I hope they kind of are able to fix that sort of thing in the update. There it is. It kind of shows you the discrepancy in the way the fauna is scanned and so on and so forth. I lost my base. Alright, let's get turned around. There we are. I was heading away from it. Yeah, I'm no survival guru. Promise you that. And you know what? While I'm on the subject of survival gurus and leaders in the community of No Man's, in one of a big community in NoMansSky, a fine friend and even finer captain. Wow, this is the first I've seen of this comms ball. This is left by Into the Door, and no, my friend, that honor belongs to you. Into the Door. I'm just going to take a minute and plug the hell out of this guy. I know his real name. He's a real person, and I have come to really appreciate the value of real people over the years. We used to call them good folks. I'm old school. I'm old, so, Into the Door is real folks. I met him on the Reddit channel. I come from a Reddit background, because, so I've said, I've tried, I've explained to people before that when I was playing this game, it was all solo. I was playing all by myself. I didn't know anybody. There was no multiplayer, yada, yada, yada. It was an unfinished game, but I loved it. So I was going to fight through all the glitchy crap about this game and all the non-fulfilled and loose ends and dead ends in this game to get as far as I could because I was in love with it, and I recognized the potential of it. I had no clue whether it would ever be released, if at the time, whether there were going to be any updates to it and anybody was going to invest in it, or whether the hate that was so rampant at the time was going to just, eviscerate the game before it had a chance to really succeed. And then I just watched as this flower of a game unfolded, bloomed with every update. It sort of bloomed a little bit more, and it grew and grew and grew as content was added and new possibilities unfolded. It really, I could explain it that way. It's pretty accurate. Moving on, as I ramble along, I'll try and also talk. God, I'm really proud of this base though, the way it turned out. Into the door, yes. Smash. I haven't learned the art of the soft landing, and I damage myself all the time. So, coming from a Reddit background, getting back on that subject, I just feel the need to explain this to explain who I am a little bit better, give an accounting of myself, so to speak, because, again, I have discovered the value of only associating with sort of real people in this game, in alternate accounts and role-playing and stuff like that. It just is too sketchy for me. I want to know that who I'm talking to is a real person. Moving forward, I will only associate with alliances that have real people in them that are able to verify their own existence, etc., etc. I'm not going to deal with paper people, and people's alts and crap. I don't have time for that or patience for it. Roleplay is roleplay. I appreciate that for what it is when it's recognized as such, and doesn't try to be fool people into thinking that it's real. All the recent drama surrounding the Galactic Consortium, and I'm going to put it out there. I'm not afraid to talk about it, and I'm not going to also do a big long rant or get all emotionally bent out of shape about it. And I'm not going to get into detail because it involves people that I care about. But anyways, so we're involved in this Galactic Consortium, and there was a shakeup of sorts and a betrayal of trust and confidence of one major leader against the rest of us, and it didn't, and it's going on right now. And there was a big vote. My civilization is a member of the Federation, proud member of the Federation, and we took a vote in the Federation as a voting member. I was privy to and privileged to be involved in that undertaking of whether or not, or what to do, of what punishment that the Federation would take against this member who had effectively hijacked from the Fed this Galactic Consortium, which was initially part of the Fed. And this story just goes on and on and on, and I don't want to get too detailed about it. But this leader was also had connections with my friend Into the Door, and my partner in my civilization, Epic Empire Pirates and Independent Cartels. And I'm gonna keep plugging my own civ because I can, I can, and it's a pretty damn good civ if I do say so myself. And I want to keep this chat family friendly, and free and clean of any untoward elements, because I like kids, and I like adults that don't act like kids. At least not the bad version of kids. I like the fun-loving adults that can act like kids without, being bratty like some kids. And I just want to hang with real people. So getting back on point, I'm sorry, I know I do rabbit trail quite a bit in my explanations. When I was playing this game all by myself, and trying to figure it all out all by myself, I kept Googling everything that I couldn't figure out and all the glitches that I found myself in, like why do I keep falling through my base, etc., etc. And I would go on and I would do these searches on the internet, and what I kept coming back to was more and more all my answers were being, not all of them, but a great deal of all of the answers to my questions were coming from these amazing people on this crap. My inventory's full. I'm gonna dump this stuff off. They were coming from the Reddit community, okay, and these are some really very very smart people are on this community, and it's filled with all sorts of, unbeknownst to me, I was never I had no clue where Reddit was. I thought it was an app for people who like to read a lot, because I don't do social media. I'm a 50-year-old married man, a business somewhat professional. That I don't I just don't do a lot of twittering, and I did some Facebook, but I don't have a Twitter account. I don't think, not an active one anyway. I was very only moderately active in social media, but I kept finding myself going to this Reddit community, and they just had the answers to all my questions, and helped me get through so many of the glitches and difficulties of this game that I felt like I really owed this community something, and so I really felt a part of it, even though at the time it was really toxic, and it was really hard to find anybody that there was a lot of helpful people that helped me out. I could name after name after name after name that when I would first join the Reddit community, but user Into the Door was by far and away the most helpful to me, and he got me started on the wiki, Gamepedia wiki entry, and became basically the other half of Epic, because essentially I've done almost all the work for for all the the civilization. What am I trying to do here? I'm trying to get rid of that. But Into the Door, what can I say about this guy? I can't say enough. He's helped me figure out all the social media apps and hooked me up. And like I said, trained me on the Gamepedia wiki. So now I'm a pretty proficient, not proficient, but I can find my way around the Gamepedia wiki and build. I've been pretty active in the Gamepedia wiki community, although not much recently. But my civilization has entire systems, mapped and logged in, and Into the Door was integral in helping me get that done and making it a genuinely legit, Federation style civilization. And I owe him so much. And this person that was involved in this organization that I was also a part of, Into the Door had helped him on multiple occasions. And I had even told him, hey, I don't know about this guy. I don't think he's legit. He's like, no, he's cool, man. He's just got some issues, and you can trust him and all this stuff. And I'm like, wow, okay. If you say so, and I did. I like so many other people in the Galactic Consortium put our trust in this guy. And he threw it in our face, and just got so into whatever it was. I mean, I don't want to speculate. Maybe it was all role playing. He's totally normal and cool. But if it wasn't role play, then he's got issues. again, I won't name names. It doesn't matter. I only mention it just because, I haven't really been able to talk to anyone about it. That kind of knows what's going on. But this guy just flies under the radar. His name is Into the Door on Reddit, and he is the most helpful guy in the world. And eventually, if he so chooses, he is going to be running my civilization, the Empire of Pirates and Independent Cartels. And if there's one person in this game that I trust, and I've got a few trustworthy friends, and I'm going to shout them out right now in this game, on this stream, because Sorb from the Amino Hub, trusted friend and ally. I know him in real life, met him in real life. We're buddies on the game, and I'm a pretty good judge of character, I'd like to think. So him, Panda, 7-1 off. I feel like, we don't always agree on everything all the time, 100%. But he has been, helpful in helping me get established in the Fed, and hasn't, hasn't been discriminatory, even though I have sort of a, let's say, checkered looking sort of a theme for my Civ, being pirates, and I have sort of a, I guess, a different approach to what I do. Like, I've had posts pulled off of Reddit because it seemed like I was self-promoting. Like this one moderator on Reddit pulled one of my posts off because he said it was self-promoting. And I said, well, yeah, I am self-promoting because it's a civilization in No Man's Sky. And he said, well, it had nothing to do with No Man's Sky. Well, yeah, it did. But I used a picture of a pirate. And it wasn't a spaceship, so he said, well, I don't like the art. I don't think the art goes. And I go, oh, so you pulled my post because you don't like the art. But it is absolutely everything to do with No Man's Sky, and a civilization in No Man's Sky that is federated, belongs to the Federation. And I thought I was legitimately upset about it. But I see his point, because like I said, it was a little, out of the ordinary. And in the Reddit community, I don't think I was used to Deep 6/Slade Braddock is the way I do things. Because I don't know what the protocols are, so I just kind of try and create my own. But anyway, I got through all that. Get through all this, and then I've decided to really just buckle down and not worry too much about politics in the No Man's Sky community, or glory, or any of that crap. I just want to just be part of a cool community. And I decided that the only way that was going to happen was create my own. And now I'm going to be really selective on who is involved in that. And so far it's just been family. Me, my wife, a couple of my nephews, a good friend of mine, and Into the Door, my most trusted ally. So we're not a huge civilization, but we're not one of those one-person organizations that has multiple accounts and pretends to be 15 people. Like, we also have Facebook accounts and so on and so forth, and it kind of sucks that we have to prove who we are, kind of put ourselves out there and let weirdos know who we are, because, there are weirdos out there, kids, believe me. But I ain't scared. Not too worried about it. I do want to protect my family, but for myself, I'm not worried about it. But, I'd rather do that than use that as a fallback to be some kind of shadow dweller and pretend like I'm somebody I'm not. I want to be responsible for the words that come out of my mouth, and because it's so easy nowadays just to run your mouth and hide behind the computer screen. You know, conversations are much different nowadays because people aren't allowed to look you in the eye when you're talking to them. So how do you know if they're telling the truth or talking smack or whatever? It's a different age nowadays. And you got to be quick and you got to be sharp. But I don't want to have to work too hard in the communities, and I just want to hang out with mature people. That's what I like about No Man's Sky, is that the communities of people here are the best I've come across in gaming, and that's saying a lot. I played EverQuest back in the day, and there was some very, very cool, mature people who played that. But that sort of went the way of the dinosaur when World of Warcraft came out, and several of the other new MMORPG games came along. And EverQuest was shut down, but before that was kind of a golden age, the massively multiplayer online. And as a matter of fact, I met my current wife on that game, and we've been together 10 years now, married 9, I believe. Excellent game, very, very fun, and it had the best community at the time of mature people. Then, like I said, World of Warcraft took over, and everybody turned into gankers like overnight. So then that was the big, all PvP thing. I just went crazy, and that's cool. But it was never my thing, because I was never, first of all, very good at it. It would frustrate me, and I wouldn't enjoy it. But that's what I like about No Man's Sky, though, because it's such a chill game. And now I'm doing this thing where I talk a whole bunch and I don't do anything on the stream. I don't want to do that. I've collected 2 more acid. And a little bit more gas. A couple more circuit boards. I'm going to head back up into my freighter. Make a couple more stasis devices. I keep calling them stasis devices. Fusion igniters. To go with the ones I already have. Install them all at the same time. If I can find a decent, oops, not too high. We can find a decent system to sell them. They're not, haven't been trying to give me very much money for them lately. Alright, here we are on board the freighter. Need to find my fusion igniter factory. This isn't it. It's on the other side. Okay. Crap, tell me I left it in my ship. Just and I did. I left this stupid circuit boards in the other ship. Alright. See, now where's my 100 subscribers to correct my wonky behavior? Let me see. 100 subscribers. I don't know if I have any subscribers. That's hilarious. But it's okay. Oh crap, and you know what? I didn't even need to fly out of there. coming back in. I just needed to grab this out of my ship. These are the sorts of things that happen whenever I'm streaming and it's late in the evening. I've had too much coffee all day long. I'm starting to get tired. Alright, let's see. All this stuff that I want to go in this. That's a bummer. So I'll put this in my high capacity exosuit slots. Try and free up some space here. Oh, for crying out loud. Really? Can I fit anything in there? No. No savium. What about carbon? Yes. Alright, so just need to get this last circuit board over into my suit slot. Get the hell out of here. Go back to my fusion igniter factory hall thing. Where I can put another fusion igniter together and get the heck out of here. Okay, I've got the unstable gel, I've got the freighter fuel, got the geodesite, and I need where is it? Quantum processor, right there, baby. So, ouch. Another fusion igniter. Now I've got 4 in my suit. Throw that in my ship. Because I don't be packing this crap around. So all the materials will go back in my hauler. Which I'm going to need to do some more pirate slaying because I'm running out of Herox and Lemium. I need both of those to make the geodesite. Anyway. It's done. Let's see if I got everything. Yeah, it looks like I got everything. Oh, that needs to go in the freighter and the ship. Oh, and while I'm here, I think I need to grab some iridium to put in my suit from my freighter. Is it iridium or platinum? Let me see. Crap, it is iridium and chrysanite that I'm low on, so I'm gonna grab a little bit of each. I usually tuck it right in here. And put the rest back in my freighter. This way I've always got platinum, chrysanite, and iridium on hand for crafting stuff. But I don't like to keep a whole bunch of it. It takes up too much inventory space, so I tuck it behind my Atlas passes right here. Bang, bang, bang. And I use from here over. The rest is storage. And that's my layout. I mean, that's what I use for my exosuit technology while we're here. It's a little bit of underwater exploratory units, a little bit of cold, a little bit of heat, a little bit of toxicity, a little bit of radiation protection. And then I've got high exosuit, high capacity, all maxed out. I keep a ton of tech. also a message because I still have plenty of slots left over. I don't care if it's whatever. Yeah. Good afternoon. I wonder how my nephews are doing. Got a couple of 10 and 12-year-old boys, or my nephews, they're both playing this game and getting involved. They are going to be my tenants in my new Civ army. I'm going to train them up as warriors. They'll each command a squadron of crew members. Maybe. Who knows? And by the way, anybody listening to this webcast, if you're looking for civilization, maybe a little less stringent about naming stuff, and with a few, more relaxed policies and conventions, the Empire of Pirates and Independent Cartels might be for you. You don't ask a whole lot of questions about what you are and what you're doing, that sort of thing. You just ask that you're respectful and kind, and basically don't be you know what. If you can manage to do that, you can be part of our Civ. If you can't manage to do it, just find another place to go. Now, for those cool people who are willing to live and let live and be cool about stuff, and you need a place to land, some cool planets to explore, a place to settle, in peace, prosperity, hey, come hang out with us. We'll make you a billionaire, if you want. We have all the same stuff that the big hubs have, but a much tighter, smaller community. We've got ships logged in. We've got tech logged. So, they don't have anything that we don't have in our systems. They just put it in a really big, pre-packaged with a beautiful bow on it. And say, come hang out with us. We have things no one else has. No, they don't. They really don't. It's cool people, but so do we. I guess it's the difference between living in the suburbs and living in the city. For me, I'd rather live in the suburbs. I'm not a city guy. I don't want the country. I want to go camping. Or in this case, exploring. But now I'm just harvesting some stuff. I'm ferreting it away, because I'm going to need more circuit boards pretty soon. So, just squirrel all these resources away. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Put the extra fungal mold that I wasn't able to make. Need more acidless. And its proper spot. Oops. And then I might go for another round of collecting gas for more fusioning miners, because I really do. I want to max out the possible number of units. Hit that 4.3 billion mark, and brag about it all over the place, like everyone else. Just kidding, not really. Alright, I want to sell this trophy, and I want to transfer this iridium to my freighter. And got a bunch of voltaic cells, so if I grab some heat capacitors and the extra acid that I have left over, I could Oh my god, my shoulder hurts. I gotta move. I could make some more atmosphere harvesters. For more gas collection ability, and hence more money making ability. For more billions of dollars making ability. Let's have a look at my high capacity. If I didn't have all this antimatter stashed in there, I'm gonna move it to the ship where it makes more sense to keep it, and then I can put all my basic elements, fuel elements, back in the exosuit high capacity slots, because it just works so perfect to keep all of those assets in the high capacity. So that if I just keep those topped off, I've got space for everything else, and it ain't no thing. Alright. Yeah, so I want to sell this trophy and these fusion igniters. I'm not going to get... They don't ever give me a good price for these fusion igniters at the trade terminal right on my base, even though I have a near 80% sell value. For some reason, it gives me a crappy price for my fusion igniters. It really bites. But I'll show you. Look, it gives me 17.8, just below the $18 million average. And you know, it really chaps my hide. So I don't get it. It should give me more. It should give me above galactic average with 78.9% sell rate. And it's a wealthy economy, so don't try to sell me on that whole thing. But, you know, if I was smart, instead of wasting time finding a better price, I would just sell them and devote the rest of my time to doing the next harvest cycle. But I get caught up in getting pissed because they're not giving me enough for my... not giving me enough for them. So I spend all this time hunting around for a better system to get a better price for them. And really I should just take a lesser price and spend that extra time harvesting the next batch of goods, because over time it's going to make me a lot more money just getting on with the whole harvesting thing. Well guys, I've had about all I can take for the night. Taxing my faculties. I'm going to get a save down here and bank my money, because now I have officially topped 2.8. Look at 2.858, almost 2.859 million billion. Sorry, 2.858, almost 2.859 billion units. Working on that 4.3, the march to 4.3 billion on my own farms before the next update. That's the goal. That's what I'm going to be streaming, and hopefully building on that whole dynamic and attracting some more subscribers, some more likers, some more bell ringers. And you know what? Another shout out to Daniel Hipley for stopping by. He just ninja on in here and made a comment, and really cool of him. Appreciate that, man. So yeah, that's That's it for the night, I believe. Thank you all for your time. Till next time.